Right now, cracking down on drinking. How a state board is looking to lower already troubling numbers related to excessive drinking in the state.
Also, Madison police searching for an arson suspect after a fire burns down one of the city's tiny home encampment cabins.
And some Madison College students are getting a direct path to complete their degrees at UW-Madison online. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6.
I saw her crying in her room pretty much every night because I think she knew she was eventually going to die from it.
In one mother's tragedy, she's finding room for change. And today that change takes the form of 61 recommendations coming out of a state board this week to get Wisconsin to drink less.
U.S. health rankings put us at #1 in the country for excessive drinking, whether binge drinking, underage, or drinking while pregnant. Research tells us it got worse during the pandemic, and as Naomi Coles reports, that trend is not reversing. Naomi?
I spoke with the head of the committee that put out these recommendations today, and they tell me early data from last year shows excess drinking in Wisconsin is continuing to rise. Alcohol deaths, too, rose during the pandemic. And also painful reminder for a Rock County mom whose daughter's death drove her to participate in the meetings that brought us these wrecks. A cabinet holding everything that's left.
Her chapstick.
Holding the pain of 26-year-old Brittany Rose's treatment and addiction.
She was actually in Hazleton in residential treatment over Halloween one year. So I bought her these, and it made her feel at home.
And holding the memories of how it wasn't enough.
And I'm the one that found her dead in her bed.
Jenny Hallett tells the story often of her daughter's death from alcohol addiction in 2014. She's channeled pain into advocacy.
This kind of keeps me connected to her. I really do believe she's with me, guiding me through all of this.
It led her to the state's Council on Alcohol and Other Drug Abuse and made her part of a year-long process to put out 61 recommendations this week to fix Wisconsin's drinking problem.
We want to try to deal with folks before they get to that point, right? So the recommendations are really focused upstream.
I don't believe in more punishment. Instead of punishing them, get them treatment.
You may have seen this map showing every county in Wisconsin far above national averages for excessive drinking.
Because the more effective method is to change the culture around our alcohol use and bring us back into a more normal level.
Alcohol is ingrained in everything we do, even baby showers, kids' parties.
What this report recommends is raising the cost of booze, having fewer places to drink, and getting local governments, who alone hand out liquor licenses in Wisconsin, to monitor where excess drinking happens most.
Wisconsin is just out of the norm, and it costs us a lot of money to be out of the norm.
For Jenny, this is a way to stop others like Brittany before they know they need stopping.
Everybody knows somebody, even if they don't know they know them, because she was very good at hiding it. I mean, most of her friends had no idea.
Later tonight, I'll have more details from the report's recommendations online and more information to help you track Wisconsin's drinking problem by the numbers.
Naomi, thank you. Madison police are now searching for a man believed to be responsible for setting fire to his cabin in the city's tiny home encampment. Officers and firefighters responded to the east side encampment. It's about 1:15 this afternoon. By the time they reached the site, the cabin had been completely burned down. Thanks to security cameras, authorities were able to identify the suspect. No one was hurt. No other cabins were damaged by the fire.
Officials in Boscobel say corrected ballots are on their way to voters after election workers noticed a misprint on absentee ballots for the April 5th election. The misprinted ballots had District 2 Alder Stephanie Brown's name printed on the District 3 race. Meanwhile, District 3 Alder Chrissy Whitaker-Schneider's name was printed on the District 2 race. No other races on the ballot were affected. A total of 32 voters in Districts 2 and 3 received the misprinted absentee ballots before the errors were flagged. All of those voters have since been contacted, and corrected ballots have since been mailed.
Check your certified most accurate forecasts with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Skies are cloudy, but we don't have any rain yet in the Madison area. That will change over the next few hours. As we take a look at visible cloud track, the clouds are just streaming in from the south and west, but not much in the way of precipitation here. Now, thunderstorms will start breaking out pretty quickly across western Iowa. In fact, a severe thunderstorm watch has been issued there for the potential for severe weather. Our temperatures won't be warm enough for that. that, but we will see rain and perhaps a few thunderstorms overnight into tomorrow. Low temperatures this morning started out in the middle 20s in Madison. It was a little warmer to the south and west where clouds arrived a little bit earlier. They were in the lower 30s there. High temperatures so far have been around 40 degrees, a little warmer to the southwest, a little colder to the north and east. Temperatures have dropped off a couple of degrees, but will probably start rising. In fact, already they're in the lower 40s over southwestern Wisconsin, and we're seeing some wind gusts in the 25 to 30 mile per hour range as well. Look for showers, perhaps a few thunderstorms overnight as temperatures climb into the lower 40s by tomorrow morning. And look for a high of 58 tomorrow afternoon with showers and perhaps an isolated thunderstorm during the day. But the rain will change to snow tomorrow night. I'll tell you if we can expect any accumulations in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. We're learning more about the firing of a Dane County deputy back in November. The incident happened near Cross Plains at Fesky County Park, October 21st. Deputy Sarah Bortz-Rodriguez at the time said she saw a suspicious person while on patrol. She said she fired her weapon after being stabbed, but the investigation found inconsistencies in her story. According to a termination letter, Bortz-Rodriguez took an unknown substance, after which she says she fired her weapon and cut herself with a box cutter. The letter went on to say Bortz-Rodriguez committed several code of conduct violations. We now know the identity of a man found dead near a walking path in Richland Center earlier this week. Richland Center Police Chief Billy J. Jones identified the man as 53-year-old Peter Shep of Richland Center. Jones said the Richland County Coroner's Office has ordered an autopsy for Shep to determine cause of death. Police say they do not suspect any foul play and say there's no threat to the public.
Attorneys for a man accused of driving his SUV through a Christmas parade in suburban Milwaukee are looking to push a trial date into 2023. Prosecutors allege Darrell Brooks drove through the parade in downtown Waukesha on November 21st, killing 6 people and injuring dozens more. Judge Jennifer Doro had scheduled Brooks's trial to begin October 3rd, but defense attorneys told her today that they cannot be ready by then, given the volume of evidence they need to review. Doro gave them until Friday to file a motion to delay the trial and scheduled a hearing for Monday. In the wake of that Waukesha parade attack, at least one group is pushing back on a proposal to significantly change bail rules in Wisconsin. Today, the group Ex-Incarcerated People, or EXPO, organized a legislative day of action. They're asking lawmakers to reject constitutional amendment AJR 107. The amendment would allow judges to consider past crimes when setting bail.
Our strategy is that we are going to visit people today that voted in support of AJR 107. We just want to know why. Why is it that they thought that that was a good thing to support?
The amendment has already passed the legislature once and would need to do so again before it heads to the voters as a referendum. One lawmaker says it could reach ballots as early as next April.
A Janesville man on probation for burglary was arrested yesterday after allegedly committing the same crime again. The 25-year-old was found near the wood line of the Rotary Gardens Horticulture Center just after 4:30 in the morning. Police say they found evidence that the man had burglarized the center. The suspect faces potential charges of burglary and violating probation. And a Verona man and woman are in custody after police found drugs and illegal weapons in a car. Officers searched the vehicle. It was at 441 Main Street just before 3 a.m. Sunday. Officials say the 32-year-old man was wanted by Madison police for an alleged weapons offense. They found 2 loaded handguns, an illegal short-barreled shotgun, drugs and drug paraphernalia. Both of those suspects are being held in the Dane County Jail.
The Sauk County Sheriff's Office is warning the public of a scammer posing as one of its employees. The scammer allegedly tells people that there's a warrant out for their arrest. They then say officers will arrest the victim if they do not provide personal banking information. Sheriff's officials say they will never call and demand money in lieu of an arrest. Those who receive these phone calls should hang up and call the sheriff's office. Madison College students studying liberal arts or business management will now have a direct path to complete a bachelor's degree in business with UW-Madison Online. It's thanks to new transfer agreements that guarantee admission into select Wisconsin School of Business online programs. Today, a signing ceremony was held at the Madison College Truax campus.
It's very unlikely that these days people know exactly what they want to do on day one in college, and that's their linear path all the way to a career. So Madison College gives students an opportunity to sort of check some things out, if you will, and make sure that that path is clear.
Additional UW-Madison schools and colleges, as well as other 2-year colleges, will be involved in future agreements. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, the Wisconsin Air National Guard holds a send-off ceremony for one of their units, where they're heading to.
Plus, remembering those who served in Vietnam as Madison honors those who may not have gotten the respect they deserved when they came home. That's just ahead.
watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now at 6.
Outlets at the Dells in the center of Water Park Heaven. With 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill the trendsetters and all who love a smoking hot discount. Save even more with 25% off and get a free Vera Bradley umbrella. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
Does anyone really remember who comes in second? No, they don't. That's why you've got to put it all out there and be relentless. Because to be the best, you have to elevate your game. Hy-Vee took breakfast to a whole new level with new items made fresh to order. So when it comes to the best breakfast around, they know fresh. And here's a simple takeaway. If you think you can find any better, then you don't know Hy-Vee and you don't know Jack.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Everything seems to be more expensive these days. Everything costs more. Ron Johnson should be helping families like us, but he seems to have helped himself instead. An investigation found that Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. Then he cashed out of the company for $5 million. He's doubled his wealth since taking office. It doesn't seem fair to me. Tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Outlets at the Dells in the center of Water Park Heaven. With 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill the trendsetters and all who love a smoking hot discount. Save even more with 25% off and get a free Vera Bradley umbrella. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
Welcome back. Vietnam veterans joined other members of the community today in Madison to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Vietnam Veterans Day. The ceremony was held at the Veterans Hospital to honor Vietnam veterans and their families for their service and sacrifice. The veterans of the war said that for many years after returning, they felt they were not given the recognition they deserved, but now that's changed.
Oh, when I came back home, it wasn't nice at all. People were spitting at us and calling us names, baby killers and whatever. Nobody understood what it really meant to be there. And now at least they're recognizing it.
After the speeches, representatives from local veteran groups tied yellow ribbons around a tree in the auditorium, a reference to a popular song written towards the end of the Vietnam War about a soldier returning home.
Wisconsin Air National Guard holding a send-off ceremony at Volk Field today. The 128th Air Control Squadron, along with about 90 airmen, are heading to the Arabian Peninsula to perform surveillance, tracking, and other work. It's in support of Operation Inherent Resolve. Governor Evers and senior Air National Guard leaders joined family and friends at the ceremony.
We've asked a lot of you over these past few years, but you've responded each time with a willingness to tackle any and every challenge ahead. Without a doubt, we owe our state's success to your efforts.
The unit has been deployed to the region at least 6 other times in the past. After the break, an alarming report out on the need for geriatricians here in Wisconsin as our elderly population continues to grow.
And the FDA gives authorization to a second booster for another group of people who they're now recommending gets one.
And things are warming back up, but Wisconsin in March. Could we see thunderstorms and snow in the same day? Well, Gary's got your complete forecast in a moment.
It's Wow Wednesdays at Hy-Vee. Get chocolate chip cookies for just 25 cents each. Wow! Chocolate chip cookies fresh from the bakery. Just 25 cents each when you buy a pack. Wednesday only. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
At Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that a lush, beautiful lawn should be enjoyed by the whole family. That's why we offer a kid and pet-friendly program to create a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn that your whole family can enjoy. Our program includes effective applications of targeted weed control and slow-release golf course quality fertilizer to achieve real results. Call or click today for your free quote, or sign up now and see the Weedman difference. Doesn't your family deserve a Weedman lawn?
Tony Evers, all of them. They talk, schools close down. Police are attacked, belittled. Critical race theory flourishes. They talk. One person does something. Kevin Nicholson has organized thousands of Wisconsinites to support our police, get kids back in school, and stop crazy teaching. You want talk? Talk. Or something done? The doer is no-nonsense Kevin Nicholson as governor.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
When it's time to fix up your home, maintain your vehicle, and prep your yard for spring, the hardest working people start at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We put quality brands in your capable hands at fair and honest prices. Like a 6-piece Purdy Premium Paint Kit, just $21.99. 10% off all Carlisle specialty tires for lawn and garden, ag equipment, and more. And 36-pound bags of Estate Crabgrass Preventer or Weed and Feed, just $29.99.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. It's Wow Wednesdays at Hy-Vee. Get chocolate chip cookies for just 25 cents each. Wow! Chocolate chip cookies fresh from the bakery. Just 25 cents each when you buy a pack. Wednesday only. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
The FDA is expanding emergency use authorization for all adults over 50 to get a second COVID-19 booster shot. For the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, a second booster can be given 4 months after the first. The CDC is not expected to officially recommend a second booster shot. Instead, they'll simply okay the shots to those who want them. A new CDC study shows the COVID booster from Johnson & Johnson is effective at preventing hospitalizations. The agency previously advised people who received a J&J vaccine to get an mRNA booster from Pfizer or Moderna. Now, the new study shows people who followed that advice saw 78% efficacy against being hospitalized. People who got a J&J booster saw a 67% efficacy, a difference the study says is not statistically significant. The best protection comes from 3 mRNA shots at 90%.
New research shows rates of pre-diabetes among children have more than doubled over the last 2 decades. The findings were based on data from 12 to 19-year-olds and information from the CDC. Pre-diabetics often have higher than normal blood sugar levels and have a greater risk of health issues like type 2 diabetes, strokes, and heart disease. Researchers say they cannot pin down why pre-diabetes has increased.
There is a new report out highlighting how healthcare might not be keeping up as our parents and grandparents age. The Alzheimer's Association's newly released 2022 report shows that one of the big problems facing our aging population, especially here in Wisconsin, is a lack of geriatricians, doctors who study aging. Right now, there are 83 of them in the whole state, but by 2050, 820 will be needed to serve simply 30% of people 65 and older. One of Wisconsin's few geriatricians says the trouble lies in getting med students interested in the field of aging.
Of geriatric medicine. It happens to be one of the 2 happiest fields in medicine. When they survey all practicing providers, geriatricians usually rank in the top area of quality of life. And so it's a matter of getting more people into the workforce, letting people know what we actually do, and then, of course, letting the community demand having specialists in an aging person.
Now, right now, there are roughly 120,000 Wisconsin residents 65 and older currently living with Alzheimer's. That number expected to increase by 10,000 in just 3 years.
Well, expect a lot of wet weather for the next few days. Here's Gary with the complete forecast.
Most of that will be in the form of rain and even a few thunderstorms, but there's also the potential for some snow. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for showers and a few thunderstorms tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures will be mild enough for thunderstorms, at least through that time period. But then as it turns colder tomorrow night, we'll see the rain change over to some light snow. There'll be a brief window of opportunity between maybe 3 and 7 o'clock on early Thursday morning where there'll be enough precipitation and temperatures will turn cold enough where there could be some snow. Cold air arrives a little bit sooner, a little better chance for snow. cold air arrives a little bit later or the rain moves out a little sooner, and we don't have any snow accumulations at all, or very little. But chilly weather will continue through the end of the week. As we check out high-resolution Doppler radar, starting to see some light precipitation breakout just over the last hour to the south and west. Showers continue to develop, starting to see some thunderstorms just off the map to the west. The severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for parts of southwestern Iowa. To the north, winter weather advisories, winter storm watches, and ice storm warnings are in effect for parts of Michigan and northern Wisconsin, where the air will be colder. To the south, again, that severe weather threat already starting to take shape across western Iowa, but extends all the way down into Texas. And tomorrow, a pretty significant severe weather outbreak is possible from western Tennessee all the way down to the Gulf Coast. A moderate risk of severe thunderstorms from the Storm Prediction Center, including a pretty significant tornado outbreak, a possibility through much of Mississippi into parts of western Tennessee. Temperatures right now are in the 30s here, but climb to the 50s in Des Moines and 70s by the time you get to Kansas City. So that's where the storm system is coming together. The moisture is starting to flow into it. Dew points are now in the 50s into southeastern portions of Nebraska. This whole storm starting to wind up as the jet stream splits and causes the air to lift near the ground and the pressure to start dropping. So low pressure is developing right over Nebraska with a warm front out to the east and a cold front, a couple of cold fronts back to the west. We're still north of that warm front, so that front probably won't reach us until sometime during the day tomorrow. Temperatures are in the 30s here, but they climb into the 40s over Iowa and 50s, like I said, by the time you get to Des Moines. And that's what we'll see for tomorrow afternoon, for a brief shot of that warmer air. On future track, here comes the rain and a few thunderstorms continuing in the day tomorrow. Then as the low pressure system tracks almost right over us or just to the north, wind shift around to the north, precipitation changes over to that brief period of snow, that window between about 3 and 7 o'clock on Thursday morning, and then some snow showers and flurries continue through the day on Thursday. As far as snowfall amounts are concerned, probably rainfall amounts first, about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch in some areas, but snowfall amounts generally will be in the 1 to 2 inch range, maybe a couple of 3-inch amounts well north and west of Madison. 38 for the low tonight. It'll be windy with rain and a few isolated thunderstorms. Tomorrow, showers and a few thunderstorms as well, as the high gets up to 58. But again, on future track, showers, a few thunderstorms tonight into tomorrow morning. Notice those temperatures climbing into the upper 50s tomorrow. Then as it turns colder tomorrow night, that rain mixes with and changes the snow as temperatures drop to around freezing. Might be a situation where the snow accumulates on the grass and the roads just stay wet, and then temperatures get back up into the upper 30s on Thursday, so I'm not looking for the snow to stick around very much. But again, the potential there for 1 to maybe 2 or 3 inches from Madison on toward the north and west. 7 to 10 day forecast, temperatures stay in the 40s for Friday and Saturday, some rain and snow showers Saturday. Then we'll see some rain about Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Temperatures will turn colder at the end of the week.
Still ahead, the world's largest music festival unveils its lineup. Find out who's coming to Summerfest this year.
Plus, the now infamous slap at the Oscars, bringing an unexpected spotlight on a common autoimmune disease. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Refresh your home's exterior with 11% off everything. Now at Menards. Dutch Boy Max Bond is an exterior paint and primer that provides superior adhesion to chalky, dirty, glossy, or previously painted surfaces. A gallon is $37.98 after sale price and 11% rebate. Gorilla products provide great results for tapes, glues, and adhesives. With great versatility, there's no job Gorilla can't tackle. This waterproof patch spray, just $10.99 after 11% rebate. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Don't get stuck with internet and TV that costs more and does less. Set yourself free with Spectrum and get it all from one provider. Get Spectrum Internet with enough speed for all your devices all at once with speeds of 200 megabits.
Whoa, that's fast.
Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep you safe online. Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. And don't get stuck with the same old TV. Multiply your screens. Spectrum TV with a free Spectrum TV app lets you watch here, there, and everywhere. Stream live TV, sports, news, and more on any device. Plus, access up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Get Spectrum TV from $49.99 a month. Call 833-605-4999. Don't get stuck paying more for less. Pick and choose the services you need. Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each. All with no contracts. Call 833-605-4999.
Should all underarms be the same?
So what's wrong with these?
Whether they're waxed,
natural, unique, shaved, sensitive. All underarms deserve the best care. New Dove Ultimate Antiperspirant. Our unique water-based formula with 6 times more glycerin helps restore skin to its best condition, leaving you confident all day. New Dove Ultimate.
Every single day, we help families that have been tragically impacted in truck crashes. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. Truck crash? Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
It's the center of Stoughton's rich heritage and active creative community.
Josh Breiter takes you on a behind-the-scenes tour of the iconic Stoughton Opera House.
And we continue to track more rain and even a chance for snow in the first storm forecast. I'm going to break it down tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
It was a shocking moment in Oscars history that people are still talking about. Will Smith's onstage slap after a joke was made about his wife. Today, Jada Pinkett Smith posted on Instagram, quote, "This is a season for healing, and I'm here for it."
The controversy is bringing attention to a condition with which millions of Americans struggle. It's called alopecia. Mandy Gaither has more on this disease and what's known about it.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
A joke, a slap, and an unexpected spotlight now shining on a common autoimmune disease.
Y'all know I've been struggling with alopecia.
Actress Jada Pinkett Smith revealed her diagnosis in 2018. The condition results in the loss of hair.
It's estimated that about 200,000 Americans are affected by alopecia areata every year.
Dr. Alok Vij, a dermatologist with Cleveland Clinic, says alopecia typically starts before the age of 30, but can also begin later and starts with a small patch or clump of hair falling out.
There are very few cases where your hair can actually turn white as a sign that there's inflammation going on before you actually lose hair. But more commonly, you just notice that your hair just falls out in a small area.
If you lose a clump of hair, go see your doctor. It could be alopecia or maybe a sign of another illness.
Autoimmune problems run together commonly. So we often will test for vitamin D deficiency or thyroid levels to make sure that we're not missing something else.
There's no cure, and treatments vary based on the severity of the condition. For mild alopecia, topical steroids or medications may be used. For more severe cases,
there are a number of other treatments that we have available, all designed to tease the immune system to work a little bit differently and stop attacking the hair follicle.
The doctor says when it comes to alopecia, it's also important to address the emotional toll that the condition can take on patients who suffer from it. Sometimes talking about the condition with family, friends, or even a professional counselor can help boost a patient's self-image.
The world's largest music festival is back for 3 star-studded weekends this summer. Summerfest announced most of its headliners today, including Jason Aldean, Lil Wayne, Machine Gun Kelly, and the Backstreet Boys. More headliners will be announced closer to the start of the festival. Summerfest will be held June 23rd to the 25th, June 30th to July 2nd, and July 7th through the 9th. For more information, look for this story at our website, channel3000.com.
And here's Gary with a final check of our forecast.
Well, showers, thunderstorms are in the forecast. Just starting to see the rain break out across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures right now warm enough for rain. I don't think we'll see any mixed precipitation. The winds are kind of gusty, 25 to 35 miles per hour. And snow by late tomorrow night into early Thursday morning. Could accumulate 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches in some spots.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.